how to really maximize these holiday seasons, because I mean, guys, this is the best season when on dealing with retail, because I mean everyone is in the shopping mode, and it's funny to see that it doesn't really matter that much on the industry. Like I see even in B2B, like even when buying these different kind of services, like it's funny to see that like even like corporates don't have pretty much anything to do with shopping, but still they are in this shopping mode because it's the calendar year, and in many cases it's going to be end of the fiscal year, and then they also have like budgets that they need to spend because funny thing in many companies is that yeah, in departmental budgets is that if you don't spend your budget, then next year you're going to get less. So which means that then they just have to buy pencils or whatever just to get their budget spent. Okay, so let's talk about why this is important for every seller and making our listings not necessarily a product, but I mean the product listing holiday ready. Additional things to prepare and strategies to consider, as well as tips and tricks. And it's a funny thing, like because now it's pretty much like a global inflation, meaning that it's not really just tied to any specific area that, yeah, okay, it would be only US or Europe. No, I mean, it's maybe not in every country, but in many countries you see like there's a significant inflation. And of course, like what might happen is that, okay, then just the buying kind of slows down, which means that it can turn into this economic recession or whatever. But so it's kind of funny that you see, at least from my side, I've seen a lot of people expecting that, I mean, sales are just going to get slower, and Black Friday is coming, but it's probably not going to be good. And I mean, if there's inflation, there's economic this and that, so it's probably not going to be a big hit. I mean, Black Friday is not probably going to be a big hit. But let's see. Oops. Last Black Friday, shoppers spent a record of almost 10 billion in US online sales, up to like 7.5% from last year. So it kind of shows that, I mean, inflation or what, I mean, it doesn't matter if it's inflation or whatever. I mean, still, I mean, there are people who are like really willing to spend money, and yeah, this means that the conclusion here is that, okay, I mean, you shouldn't make assumptions about the economy or consumer behavior. Like I see also, like I know that some people are hesitant that I don't know if this is a good time to start a business like selling on Amazon or whatnot, because it's inflation and people are not going to buy or whatever. But here we see evidence of totally different consumer behavior. Yeah, I mean, record-breaking holiday season, that this was like last year. So the Christmas season typically represents a substantial portion of annual consumer spending, and I mean, looking at Black Friday, I mean, this is this year, so I mean, same expectations for rest of the holiday season as well. So I mean, maximizing this period really allows to capitalize on this demand. So it attracts new consumers, customers, and positive experience during this time can really turn these one-time shoppers into loyal customers. And really with this increased spending and demand, there's this opportunity to sell products at full price or even at premium. Of course, there's limitations if you're doing certain deals like Black Friday deals or whatever, or lightning deals. But still, I mean, when it comes to the listing itself, nothing is actually stopping you from raising the prices. And many businesses use the holiday season as a benchmark for yearly performance, meaning that, okay, if the holiday season didn't go well, then, well, okay, then our year didn't go well. Or if it went well, then, I mean, who cares about the rest of the year? Because you can easily, like with some categories, it can be 10 times higher than what it's typically. Okay, fine. So we know that there's holiday season. So how can we actually maximize this season? Well, first of all, I mean, make sure that our listings are prepared, and that can mean many different things, but at the bare minimum. And I know this sounds kind of ridiculous, but I mean, you will experience this when you have multiple listings, multiple marketplaces, you have variations, and so on. Then it quickly adds up, meaning that one first thing to do is that make sure that your listings are actually active. Yeah, right. So that's really the first thing to do. And yeah, and it might sound ridiculous if you have just one listing and one product in one marketplace, but I mean, just when you have multiple, then it's gonna be, it might happen that, okay, the main image was taken down in, let's say, in France, so the listing got suppressed, meaning that the listing is not active anymore. So those are the things to just make sure that, first of all, make sure that all the listings in every market place are active, and all children and variations and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, common way still is adding different kind of theme photos, holiday photos. And this, of course, I mean, it's not only about holidays. We can do about different kinds of celebrations, for example, St. Patrick's Day or whatever. But I mean, especially during this time, it's really important to tap into this, right? And then what it means is that you pretty much just showcase your products in a holiday setting or with seasonal themes. Because a lot of shoppers are like me, men who are then struggling with this nagging decision that I need to buy gifts. I need to buy gifts. So what am I going to buy for these and these people? And okay, and most importantly, what am I going to buy for my spouse? And of course, if you mess up that decision, then it's not good, right? So one thing that I know that many men struggle with, that okay, I mean, what should I buy for my spouse? So it's a difficult situation, and sometimes you start from a blank page. So it's especially important that the products are presented in this manner that, hey, I mean, this product here would make fantastic gift for anyone. Then, I mean, using lifestyle images to demonstrate how the product fits in the holiday experience. But the problem with this is actually this product in question is that this looks like a classic stock photo. So what is wrong with stock photos? I mean, they look like advertisement, and most people don't like. Well, let's not even say that. Let's just say that, I mean, authentic pictures perform usually better. Of course, it depends on context, it depends on the product and campaigns and whatnot, but typically authenticity performs better than these like corporate types of or ads that we can clearly see that, this is an ad, so it's next, let's move on, right? Then, I mean, updating the listing titles but here we need to take into consideration that, okay, what are the rules of the category? What are the rules of the title? So these also vary. I mean, chains in. I mean, different categories have different kind of rules. So you just need to take into considerations that what are the rules for the category that for your product. But yeah, I mean, holiday related keywords, but also making, like, let's say that you add nothing about holiday to the keywords. Okay, fine, but still make sure that it's really as concise and as engaging as possible to kind of make it appealing when these people are like buying for holiday gifts. And yeah, I mean, product description, emphasize how the product makes a great gift. Use persuasive language to really evoke these holiday sentiments. And here is actually super important thing. And actually one of our listings just got shut down because of this. So check that you are not violating any trademarks or any kind of copyrights with your listing. Because what happens is that I mean, if it's there and if it's not removed quickly enough, then I mean the listing is going to get suspended, and it's not such fast way to get it unsuspended, meaning that it's not just as simple as that. Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to remove this keywords from here, and then it's fine. And then I mean, in many cases, you just ended up in this kind of like negotiation with the rights owner, meaning that then then you need to get the rights owner to withdraw the claim that they made against your listing. And nowadays, I mean, this is made so much easier, meaning that because nowadays you can just upload your trademarks, patents, whatever you have to directly on Seller Central, and then in Seller Central there's this with these brand registered tools you are able to just to file a claim against some listing that, hey, I mean, this listing is using my intellectual property, and it could be anything. It could be text, it could be images, it could be any kind of designs or whatnot. So it's made so much easier than it was before. I mean, the plus side is that, I mean, also when other people are like violating our intellectual property, then it's easier to get rid of them. But also it might happen that by mistake we have used some keywords that have a trademark. So then it means that our listing is also going to get shut down unless we remove those words. So yeah, I mean, obviously, if you just have a few listings in a few marketplaces, I mean, it's pretty easy to do. Check these listings yourself to see that. I mean, I can clean up and remove anything. But like once you have a lot of listings, a lot of like marketplaces, I mean, one product in 10 marketplaces, I mean, that's already 10 product listings. So then it's often just easier just to outsource this than hire some freelancer to go through these listings just to double check that there's no copyright violations that we might have overlooked. Because one thing to keep in mind is that if your listing gets suspended during holiday season, you might actually miss the whole holiday season, because usually these IP things, those are not quick things to fix. So we have already been working for probably like 2 weeks with a listing in France that, it just takes time to get it back active again. Then holiday specific keywords. You can use different tools to identify these popular holiday keywords, and then I'm just use those in the search terms and kind of optimize your listing for that. And nowadays, I mean, this is not only about holidays. This is pretty much a must thing to do, because we need to be mobile responsive. Our listings need to work on mobile as well, because majority of buyers are buying using their phones, using the Amazon apps. So if our listing doesn't look good on mobile, then I mean it's gonna hurt our sales significantly. And we also had the case that we, for some reasons, our team had missed to optimize our listings for mobile. So I mean, we could see that really it hurting the sales and the conversion getting lower. And we were first wondering, hey, what the heck is happening there? But then we could see that, okay, I mean, did you check this on mobile? I mean, it looks terrible. I mean, it's not optimized at all. So once we did the change, then it pretty much had an immediate impact on the sales. So I mean, optimizing it and making sure it's mobile friendly, optimizing all this all the content, and main thing is the images. And the thing is that like one thing to keep in mind here is that, okay, how do people let's open some listing here. Like, how do people use their phone? I mean, do you go from left to right, meaning that if you open some Amazon product listing and then you see the images, are you gonna actually start scrolling these images? And typically the answer is no, because instead I mean, most people are going to be scrolling down. So it's more about, and especially like if you are on one hand, I mean, you're just going to be scrolling down, which means that when you have your images there, then I mean, the people are not even going to see it, because they will only see the main image, but after that they're going to be scrolling down. And if your images, if the content is not optimized, if the images that you have at below the listing are not optimized, then I mean, you're just going to be missing out on a lot of sales. So that's really going to hurt the conversion. So it's not only about making our listings more mobile optimized, but also understanding that how people actually use how people use their phones, and how they actually what are the browsing behaviors. Yes, then and reviews. I mean, this is everything. This is something that we should be doing anyway. I mean, trying to get as many reviews as possible, right? But I mean, if there's one time to add additional push in order to get reviews for your listing, then the time is now, because whatever you have, whatever you do, you're going to be having like more eyeballs on your listing during the next during these next 30 days. So I mean, it's better if you're prepared. It's better if our listing is really as attractive as we can make it. And for this, I mean, you could even get some reviews from wine program, but I mean, just because it's wine, it doesn't mean that it's going to be 5 stars. So it can also happen that you request you use a wine program and you get a one star review, which would really suck, right? So, and then I mean, having enough inventory, that's definitely one thing to keep in mind. And in a way, it's good that Amazon is giving these limitations in how much inventory can be sent, because you don't want to end up with too much stock either, because if you have too much, then you're going to be paying more on storage fees and more on long-term storage fees, and in the end you're just going to be paying more unless you're really selling the stock quick. But yeah, I mean, inventory tracking, and then typically, I mean, ads, that's definitely the one thing to make sure that you're allocating enough budget, but in a manner that you're not just overspending. that you're not just wasting money on spending too much money on clicks. So it's really about this consistently monitoring and adjusting as needed. Then one thing is also this social media presence. But here, this is really, I mean, this is if you have already established something of an audience online. So if you're just basically, and also I want to emphasize that if you're just starting out, if you're just getting like your first product live, then I mean, focusing on doing some Facebook posts, I mean, that's pretty much a waste of time. So that's not what I mean at all. I saw like one, because first of all, like, let's say that you would start a Facebook page today, and then you start building a bit of an audience. Then first of all, if you have a Facebook page, then I mean, I remember they used to be really useful because the reach of your audience, of your followers, I mean, the followers could actually see pretty much 100% of what you posted. But I mean, Facebook made some changes, and whoops, the reach went super low, which meant that not even fans of your page are all of them are seeing all your content. So it's typical that nowadays it could be something that only 10% of your audience even sees when you like make a new post. So that's pretty terrible, right? So if you don't have an audience already, then I mean that's not really the best use of time. So that's why I always say that, okay, if you're just starting out, I mean, don't waste time on any social media stuff. I mean, start working on the cash flow inside of Amazon first, and then you can build an audience at the same time. But it really, like, I wouldn't call having a Facebook page as a way to have an audience anymore, because Facebook has made so many changes on pages and groups that it just they are more like stingy on giving visibility organically, which means that they just want people to just spend more money on ads. But anyway, if you have already, and by the way, if you're just starting out, then I recommend if you're looking into a social media platform, then I would definitely start with TikTok, where you are not so reliant on the history that you have, meaning that you can post today and having done like 0 posts before, but it still has a better possibility in going viral, getting higher reach than on these other platforms. But if you have already built some audience, then absolutely, I mean, making sure that doing like advertisements for your audience and doing retargeting ads and whatnot to really make sure that your audience knows that, hey, I mean, remembers you during this holiday season. And this might also seem like an obvious thing, but sometimes it happens that, okay, I mean, listings, especially if you have like FBA and FBM listings, then for a reason or another, sometimes they change to FBM listings. So that's pretty annoying. So then make sure that it's always on FBM. Yeah, just to avoid any unnecessary hassles, then highlighting different gift-worthy features, absolutely. Like why the products actually makes a great gift, and adding these gift wrapping options if available. Then different kind of holiday deals, big shopping events, and I mean, Amazon actually gives also plenty of opportunity already, like before starting, before even like weeks before Black Friday. There's different kind of campaigns and holiday deals that you can actually do, and also not only on those, but also different kind of promotions you can do, such coupons and buy one get one free or percentage discounts. Then typically what happens is that like what you usually see like after holidays. Yeah, it's like typically you're going to be seeing a lot of clearance campaigns. So I mean, same thing we can do online, and same thing typically you can see on Amazon. That like there's clearance. Okay, there's 70% off, just or whatever, just to uh, have pretty much an opportunity to sell more. Then if you talk about different what kind of content to do, if you have audience, and you don't necessarily need to have a even big audience, and let's say that you would just be starting out and just thinking that okay, well, Tony said that just start with TikTok, and so what kind of content could I do? Well, I mean, you can do different kinds of experience-based content, meaning this unboxing videos, having different kind of holiday packaging, just to influence the market to feel more excitement to be buying our products. And then if you have a Facebook group, if you have different kinds of audience, then absolutely, I mean, just going live there, doing QA things about the products, doing giveaways. And nowadays, I mean, Amazon has opened this pretty much like open their platform to different kinds of influencers, which means that Amazon gives different kinds of tools for influencers, and they are basically giving these same kind of tools for us as brands as well, which means that we can also go live on Amazon as well and do a bit of a similar stuff that we typically see in social media. Then, I mean, the sooner that the closer that Christmas gets, then the more sense of urgency there is for us, for buyers to be, I mean, getting the last minute Christmas gifts. So I mean, this is just a good opportunity to pretty much be banging their head that just buy. This is the last chance to get your Christmas gift. Last chance to buy our product, which would actually make a great gift for your family, friends, or whoever. And another thing is that if you're thinking of different options, that so what kind of content could I actually share about my brand, then absolutely one thing is like sharing testimonials, featuring like positive customer reviews and testimonials on this social media, and really encourage satisfied customers to leave feedback and share their experiences as well. And if you don't have testimonials yet, then it's actually, I'm surprised how easy it is to get these kind of like testimonials in the US, because I just used to seeing the customer behavior in countries like Finland, where people are not really willing to give that much reviews, and definitely they're not willing to take a video with showing some product. Hey, I just bought this product and blah 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 blah, or I mean even a photo. But I was surprised the first time I started like asking our audiences that, hey, I mean, send us a picture with you and our product to be eligible for this raffle where we are giving different kinds of prizes. And basically, I made this directly inside the kind of like a tiny, not a brochure, but product insert about this kind of campaign that we were doing. And I mean, I'm surprised like how we pretty much immediately started getting these different kind of images and videos from like real like paying customers using our products. So that's so much easier to get in Finland. In US than, for example, in Finland. And once we have this content, then we can use it in different kinds of campaigns or different kinds of advertising just to build this credibility and build this trustworthiness to our brand and our products. Yeah, and then I mean this visual content. Okay, one question is always, okay, I mean, I don't want to pay for these Christmas style photos for a graphic designer. Then I mean, not a problem. You can just use really, nowadays there's just so many different tools that we can use. For example, Canva, and with Canva it's super easy to do these pretty much eye-catching graphics, and it even has different integrations to where you can directly get stock photos, stock media, stock video, and they have AI features as well. So that's definitely a tool that makes it so much easier to create different kinds of graphics. And user-generated content, I mean, we have talked about it before, where we basically just pay different influencers to promote the product to their audience. And it's super affordable, especially on TikTok.